Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to crumble!
I'm Joshua Kemble, and welcome to Joshua Kemble's Livestream. I've been a freelance illustrator and graphic designer for over 20 years. I was an art director for 9 years. And when I'm not art directing and working on illustrations and graphic designs, I'm working on comic books and graphic novels, and that's usually what I do during my streams. And while conversations can go all over the place on this stream, from spicy and entertaining to goofy and silly, one thing stays consistent throughout every stream. I'll always be working on art. So pull up a chair, get your art supplies out, and get ready for an entertaining show that'll keep you company while you work on your own personal art projects. This is Joshua Kemble's Art Stream.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. I am going to be working on a song a little bit today. I carved away at a song a couple days ago and live streamed while I did it. And then after that, I basically worked on comics, but I wanted to listen to stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm going to live stream while I work on comics today, because I have a lot of stuff I want to listen to on YouTube, so selfishly. But I wanted to give you guys a live stream regardless. So I'm going to give you another music stream. I'm working on track 8 of my next solo album. The first 4 solo albums, I think there's 4. They're on basically all streaming platforms for music. So you can check them out on Spotify or on Apple Music or anywhere that streams music. They're all under Joshua Kemble, and then my band stuff is all under No Saboteurs. So if you're ever kind of curious to check out more of that stuff, but I'm working on the next solo album as well as No Saboteurs stuff with my bandmate. But I like to share some of the solo stuff as I do it on my stream. So that's what I'm going to do today. So, I might be working on, We'll see how I feel after this, but I might be streaming later working on comics. I might not. We'll kind of see if I get in the flow of it. So anyhow, let's get to our stream. Here is where I'll be just kind of working on GarageBand. We tracked kind of like a verse. It's a little generic, so I kind of want to see if I can pull something out of it. But let me play what we've got so far, and then what I'm going to work on today, because with music, what I do is I try to carve away 15 minutes a day to a new song and just kind of improvise with it. So wherever it goes, I kind of track the song and kind of build songs that way. So the last time we did this, we built a verse. So let's see how far we can get here. And because the audio settings can be kind of weird, I guess if you guys end up tuning into this, just let me know if this is showing up in your feed. It should. So let's go back and kind of check out what we've got here and see if we like it. I'm actually digging where we're at so far. I got my trusty Firefly Stratocaster. This is an amazing guitar. Firefly as a company has just constantly blown my mind. These are $200 guitars that play, extremely, the necks feel great. This is a roasted maple neck. It's got locking tuners. It's an HSS Strat. These are Alnico pickups, and it's even got a sculpted back, so it kind of dips quite a bit back towards the neck, so there's easier reach. Playing it feels like butter. This was the second Firefly I bought. The first one was a 335. It's their knockoff of a 335, like a 338. Anyhow, so I got it at Guitars Garden, and I'm always tempted anytime I'm on that site to pick up a new instrument. So far, they're 3 for 3. I bought an acoustic from them, a 335, and a Strat, and they're all incredible instruments. The acoustic's unbelievable. It's all solid wood. it's equivalent to like a D28, but like for a couple $100, which is crazy. Anyhow, whatever. Let's play what I got so far, and then let's see if we can start coming up with some ideas for choruses. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's kind of where we're leaving off. Let's see if we can split it and come up with a different drum to kind of start us off. It's not too bad. Where are we at for time, though? That was a pretty long verse. Okay, it's almost at 2 minutes. I wonder if I need to trim it. Do I want to trim it down? Let's see here. Because I feel like I had it go twice where it doesn't need to go twice. It's got like this whole extra section. So now I'm kind of wondering, can we kind of have it cut here? Where would that be? I'm just wondering if we can kind of shorten it down, because it just seems to go way too long. I wonder if we can do a section shorter. Would that work? Could I kind of pair that? Let's find out. Okay, I'm kind of seeing what's happening here. So if I were to carve that, move it, I think we might be in a better spot, because I think I gave it too much room, which is okay. That's kind of a good thing. It's a good problem to have. We're kind of making a song here. So I'm going to put it back on beats and projects so it kind of snaps to the rhythm. And then I can see this is where I'm starting everything. So I'm almost kind of wondering if I can do just a cut here. Oh, I hope this works. Track. Let's do split regions at playhead. Oh my gosh. Am I making a mistake? We'll find out. And that way, let's see. So we have it go twice. Okay, it only went twice. So maybe I'm making a mistake there. No, I'm not. Okay, and then if we go here, we go to edit. Let's grab all. This should work like clockwork if I do it right. Edit split regions at playhead. Let's just delete all of this. Yeah, and then I'm gonna delete this little snippet here. let's see if we can kind of trim it down, because that was a long verse and I wasn't feeling like there's a ton of original work there that I feel very precious or fragile about. And then I'm going to kind of piece it here to see if that works, to kind of slow it down a little bit, like to shorten it. That would shorten it to, because I just feel like 2 minutes is a long time for a verse. Yeah, see, that puts it at about 1 minute, which is about a good time to go into a chorus. So let's do that. Let's see if that transition works. Yeah, it works smoothly. Much better. So that's going to work real smooth. So now I can come in and we can cut this transition. Let's see. Okay, and then let's cut this all. Let's go to track, edit, split regions at playhead. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, ladies and gents. Okay, now I want to see if I can change up the drums for the chorus. And let's see how these work if I just cut them. Okay. Okay, so to make transitions a little smoother when I use GarageBand drums, I always pull them a little bit before the tempo. So there's like more of a natural kind of transition. And then what I'm going to do is double click this. We'll see if we can find, let's try like a different kind of style. So let's hear how the transition works. Okay, let's mute everything and go back. How's this sounding? Okay, I don't like that for a chorus. Maybe here? Maybe we can have it go back a little bit more too. I want something a little faster. How's it going, guys? Lawrence said, I think Lawrence is definitely a troll. So we're just going to put you in timeout, Lawrence. And let's do put user in timeout, Lawrence. You're on a 24-hour timeout because you're going wild, my dude. And then let's just let's see. So Lawrence Me Too's had some issues. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's hide this. Let's remove that. So I got a troll message. That's fun. Okay. Good. Okay, cool. So I deleted your messages, Lawrence, but I'm glad you're married, and I enjoy the troll. All right, let's keep going and hear this transition and see if it works. No, it's too slow. So maybe I need something. So this one is okay. Let's try West Grand. We might need to change from like Motown for this. Is that too weird of a transition? I think that could be cool. That's too many. Man, how many drum rolls do you need? It's kind of weird. Still not feeling it. Let's try stacks. See how that works. Okay, if we make that a little louder, and if we do our cymbals a little different, let's see how that sounds. Okay. I kind of like that. Let's see if we can change up the kick and snare maybe. Let's hear how that sounds. Ooh, I like that. How different is that from the original? Okay, what if we add a shaker there? Okay, I'm digging that. Okay, that's a much better beat. So let's now do this. Let's copy this. Let's get it over here on the Roland, and then let's get the Roland and see how that sounds. How does that sound with the Roland? Let's see. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Okay, and then let's see where we're at for ooh, we need to be on Beats and Project. That'll help. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. We started a little too early, so that's kind of why the transition's being weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. If we can go back here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to turn this off real quick and then on again, just so we have a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this working with the guitar. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Okay, on the same setting. Let's go back and kind of, well, let's tune first. And then we'll go back and kind of come up with a chorusy thing if we can. All right, we got some tuning. Let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, that's my root right there. Okay. All right. I think we got something here. Trying to kind of get a little... So I switched to the humbucker. We'll see if this kind of works for... Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, something like that, maybe? All right, let's try that. Let's see if that works. We're just kind of coming up with a hook to, like, build. Okay, I gotta start a little later. Okay, here we go. I keep missing the punch in here. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's try that. Ugh. I keep getting faked out by the roll. I'm gonna just move that up a little bit because it's just throwing me off, that transition. So let's see if the transition... Because there's just too many rolls in the transition here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Let's go here. And then let's just nudge it back just a little bit. So there's like a little count. Because that count was just throwing me off like hardcore. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Cancel. Okay, we're not recording on a drum track. Okay, here we go. Okay, one more. I'm literally learning this as I'm recording it. Okay. So off key today. Okay, here we go. It's an easy lick to get. Let's try this again. I keep screwing it on that. Okay. I need to change it up, so it's got to be... Okay, maybe... Okay, let's get that first lick and then punch in. Ugh. I hit it bad there, but that's okay because I want the next one to be... That's it. Okay. Okay. I think I got the 2. I'd have to practice this quite a bit to get it down, but it's possible. Let's hear it though. Let's hear how it sounds. And then we'll try to do a... That's good. Okay. I like that as a transition there. All right. We're piecing it, guys. We're piecing it. We're songwriting here. I kind of like this. Okay. Let's try like 4 of these, and then we'll see how that kind of works to build off of. 4 might be too much. Where does that put us out with verse and chorus? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Let's see here. Verse and chorus. We're at time. 2 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Beats and project. Okay. And now I can switch to something I'm a little more comfortable with, which is rhythm. So it was okay, those are the root, so okay, let's see if this works. Let's try like a harmonic there and see how that works. Like, let's just practice it before I record it. Okay, let's try something more creative. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that and see if that works. Just experimenting with songwriting, guys. This is the fun part of doing this. Kind of palate cleanser before going into comics. Okay, let's see here. I wanted to like wail on a... Ooh, there it is. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay, I gotta let that ring a little better. We're getting there, though. I missed the last punch. I missed the last bit. Okay. And I think maybe I'll palm mute for... how many does this go? Beats and project. Set about here, about 29. Let's do it about like 30 or 31 is when I'll hopefully stop palm muting, if I remember. Okay. Okay, I like the build. I jumped too soon to chopping, so I need to wait till 31-ish. Okay, and let's just check my tuning. I'm sure I'm in tune. Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. So rusty today, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, that kind of worked. Now we just got to do it twice. Okay, what do we got here? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. What a weird setting. Let's go back to this. I want to track a new track here. Just to do... Oh, I got to turn off this real quick. Hold on. Okay. And then let's see if this works. Okay. Good. So let's try going back here and seeing if if you guys can hear this okay. Okay. Yeah, I actually like that. It adds a little harmonic there because we're like doubling kind of the same thing. So I'm going to do a little bit of harmonics there. I don't know if you... Oh, I just realized that you can't even see the guitar here. That would be helpful. All right, let's do this. Cool. All right, so let's hear that, how that sounds, and then let's throw in a bass. Boom. Let's also save. That's always good. So let's hear that track so far from verse to chorus. All right, let's do our bass. Let's go to our bass track. Okay, and let's tune it up. Sterling basses, guys, they're like amazing. These things are super cheap. They're pretty much like a Stingray. But like I haven't even tuned this since like 2 days ago and it's still in tune. That's how like solid these are. Okay, and they sound great. And back in the day, you used to have to like spring for a full Music Man, which is like $2,000, whereas I think this was like $500-$400. All right, we gotta play with bass now. See if we can come up with something. I kind of like that. Okay, let's see if we can do something like that. A little slappy, but with, you know, I'm cheating with the pick because I'm a guitarist. I think I wasn't quite thinking of the rhythm, so let's listen to it a little bit and just play along with it. Okay, something around there is where I need to be. So let's try that again. Although we got to call it in like a few minutes too. My music time is up very shortly, in about 10 minutes. think that worked. Let's check it out. Might have been too funky. I don't know. We'll see. I'm digging that. Let's get our tone wheel organ and then call it a day. So that's how I do it. You know, it's like we'll kind of maybe do one last listen just to see what all we got done. Let's go to the tone wheel organ. Let me put my bass away. Yeah. So I like to write songs this way. It's like I think it was. What was it? I was seeing like a documentary on Radiohead a long time ago, and they were talking about composing songs and then they'd figure out how to play them later. And that's kind of my method. I don't get to gig live very often because like our drummer is like way out of town. So rather than like rehearse and kind of perfect a live thing, I like to spend a lot of time just songwriting. It's fun. And it's like a good act of improvisation and just kind of trust in the process. And I enjoy it. So, yeah. All right, let's do our tone wheel organ. See if we can throw that in there. And let's show our keyboard, musical keyboard. You can't see that on screen, but you can probably hear it. Ooh, except if you can't hear it. Oh, let's do musical keyboard. Musical typing, that's what I wanted. Okay, let's see if we can make this work listening to it. Let's go back and kind of hear it here. I might have to turn it way up just to like hear the tones. I think I was like, maybe we were way up here. One lower. I think that was it. All right, let's try it. Let's try to come up with something here. All right, let's have fun with this because I think it's going to be something like something like that. All right, here we go. Let's hear it all together now. Let's save. That's always good. And then let's hear it all together now. I think we have a verse and a chorus. Let's check it out. I'm glad we shortened the verse. Maybe we could try one fun thing before we leave. What if it kind of does like a... What if it does like a build-up where we don't have the... Let's just try it, and if it sucks, that's fine. But I think it might be fun if that like drops. Let's check it out. Hold on. For that to actually work, we gotta tune this down too. And maybe actually we have that linger. Like, let's have these kind of fade a little bit. Oh, no. Okay, let's try this. Okay. What if we have it even longer? Okay, let's try that. I just like that kind of transition where there's a little more build up. Let's get rid of the tone wheel there too. Okay, let's try that transition again. See if it's smoother. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try one other weird thing. Just to see. Just to, like, because I like having, you know, like variation in building. We're having too much fun though right now. What if here it goes to just that like digital beat? Let's just try it out. And if it sucks, I can go back. I like that a lot. Okay, that's where we're gonna end it for tonight. We'll see where the song goes. But I really dig that quite a bit. Because I mean, just hear like the transition. Let's listen to it one more time. Just the transition. I'm gonna proudly feel good about this before I end the stream. So let's listen one more time. Because listen to how it goes from the verse to the chorus. I gotta pause this for a second. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this again. One last time. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hear that transition? Now. Okay, right here. Okay, that makes me hyped about the next song. So anyhow, thank you guys for hanging out with me, making some rock and roll. I know these don't do as well as like my art streams, but this is something I love doing. So we got a verse and a chorus for song 8 that I'm pretty happy with. I will see you guys on the next live stream. If you like these music streams, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Yeah, and I hope all is well. I hope you guys are having a lovely day out there. And I may or may not come back to work on comics because it depends on how much of YouTube and like listening to stuff I want to catch up on while I'm working. I think today I'm going to just chill and like listen to stuff just to catch up and wind down a little bit for the day while I work on let's see, what page am I on? Just for those of you who might be curious. Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, what's good?
I don't know what happened there. I switched cameras and then it kicked in on the intro screen. Let me close up loop back. We'll kind of quit that. That's what I've been using to kind of get the GarageBand to kind of go through. So it took forever to kind of figure out how to stream that. I'm pretty excited. Streaming direct through OBS seems to work. So let's see here. Just so those of you who are kind of following the comic want to know where I'm at, we're at page 169. So that's what I'm going to be roughing out today while I listen to something. And then, we're going to be working on comics pretty hardcore the next few days. Stay tuned too. I know today is now Wednesday, but tomorrow will be Artcasters. Later tonight, I might stream again and do comics or something like that. I'll try to kind of be consistent with streaming just so I'm like checking in with you guys. I hope you guys are well. Yeah, and I hope everything's going well for you guys, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Bye, and like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. I think this was pretty fire. Like, the song came out pretty good so far. So we'll see. We'll see how it proceeds to build wherever it goes. That's the fun thing about making music. All right.